I'm gonna do the milkshake. I'm gonna be using this glass. It doesn't really matter what kind of glass you use. I don't have any more of these, but these are from Dollar Tree. So really you can get any shape or size that you want. The mason jars are also from Dollar Tree, but this is my only glass left. This is from Dollar Tree too. So what you're gonna need if you want to do a milkshake, get a glass, doesn't matter what size. You're gonna need spackle. This I got from Lowe's. I got the big one in case I mess up at all. So I got that one. You're gonna need piping bags, which you can get at Michael's. You can use a coupon there. You're gonna need to get tips. I use the closed star tip for these. And I just have wooden spoons in the house. So this is how I scoop the spackle out into the, the piping bag. So to start, what you're gonna do is you wanna just prep everything, get it ready. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open the piping bag. And I'm gonna do white for the top. If you had wanted to make the whipped cream any other color, you can use a little bit of acrylic paint, which you can find at really any craft store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and you can use that. You want to use very little bit if you decide to do a color, just because it can get super watery and it can turn out like this where it kind of droops down. So if you did use acrylic paint, just use it with caution. That's why a lot of these that you see, a lot of people just do the white with it. Okay, so my piping bag is full. I'm gonna move this out of the way. So I'm gonna just do the whipped cream in white. So I'm gonna take my glass, and what you're gonna do is that you can paint the inside of the glass. So I'm gonna use my vanilla to make it look like vanilla ice cream.
Look at this, it looks so real, right?
So that's with the vanilla.
These look so real.
So I'm just gonna pour some into the bottom, and you're just gonna paint it. You can do more than one layer of paint if you had wanted to. I felt that one was enough, but if you think if it's too streaky and you want more of that filled more than that, then you can do more than one, but you have to wait to let it dry before you do more than one layer on it. So some brush strokes. Okay, so that's painted. You don't have to let it dry. It will dry on its own. I just kind of do the whole thing at once, but if you want, you can let it sit overnight and dry, or dry for a couple of hours. So my milkshake is painted. I have a lot of boxes in the house, so you're gonna take a cardboard box and you're gonna cut off a piece.
Oh, so it's like a background, like you lay that on. I see.
Well, it's how you're gonna do the circle. You're gonna do it out of the cardboard, so you use less spackle. So take the cardboard. You're gonna flip that upside down. You're gonna take a pen. You're gonna do the circumference. Boom. And now I'm gonna cut this out of the cardboard. I have a little spackle on here.
Okay.
So now I'm going to make the dome on the cardboard. So I saw a couple different methods. Some people used styrofoam top and they cut the styrofoam in half. I didn't like that. I like the paper towel method. So I'm just gonna take glue. You can use hot glue. I've been using this Flex Seal because I ran out of glue sticks, and then it does the trick. So I'm just gonna use this. I just smear it on the bottom, but hot glue gun will probably be a smarter idea. So I'm just gonna put that on it right like that. So now it creates that shape of a dome. So now,
what's a dome?
A dome is like a circle shape.
No.
Like a half of a circle. So
this in?
No, buddy, you could put those over there. So I'm not very good at piping, so it took me a while. You can do some practice runs before you do it. Obviously, if you're not a baker, you probably don't use a piping bag too often. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in a circular motion right around it. And I'm just gonna pipe
you
on.
Bake stuff though. You're a baker.
No, I'm not, Jackson.
No, she's lying. She's actually a baker. See, look at that.
Okay, so any little spots, I'm gonna go over it once I pick it up. I can see I have some cardboard on the side. It's not terrible, but I'm just gonna. Okay, so I did 2 layers on this one that I can get that like consistency that I wanted. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take my scissor. I'm gonna help it pick it up. You can wait till it dries to move it. I just pop it right on. So now my whipped cream's on top. I'm gonna look to see which way I want it to face that I feel like is the best, which I think is actually this side. I see a little bit of the cardboard on it, so I'm just gonna take my piping and I'm just gonna.
That's glue.
So that's it. That's the whipped cream top. It's really easy. We're not gonna put the cherry on yet, Jackson.
No.
So now it will, when it's said and done, you can decorate it however you want. It will look like this. So this one I did pink and I put the chocolate on it. So how you make the chocolate is from acrylic paint, and you take Mod Podge. And what I did, I put in a little solo cup and I just stirred it together, and it just makes a consistency. You don't want it to be too watery and gooey. This is actually it right over here, so you can see how it looks. And then what I did was, when I did it, it has like that, you know, that runny. You don't want it too runny because then it will take longer to dry. So I wish I had like a better ratio of how I did it. I kind of just poured. So that's how you make the chocolate. And then this one I decorated with the candy hearts, and I put the little pearl beads. So you really can do it any way you want. I realized that when you do metallic, it does bleed. So if, you know, I would stay away from that if it's gonna drive you crazy like it did with me. With these ones, I stayed away from it because you learn by trial and error. So like this one I picked out.
Like this one looks so good.
Yeah, so like this one has no decoration on it, but then this one I just put the sprinkles on it and I did no metallic on it. So, again, trial and error. You figure out what works best for you and how to go about it. With this one, I'll probably put a cherry on it because Jackson wants to put a cherry on it, and maybe we'll put some sprinkles. We'll make this one a little more simple. But really, you can do it however you want. most of them that I see are done with using the white. I do have some with pink because I was making them for Valentine's Day. This one was with white, and then I put the pink sprinkles with the chocolate on it. Yeah, you want to decorate it? Yeah, you can decorate this one. I'll have Jackson decorate this one. And it's pretty much it. And then you want to let it sit and dry overnight. Right now it's super watery and wet, so let it dry overnight, and then it will turn out like these where you can press in them. Obviously it's spackle and sprinkles, so you still want to be careful with it, but it is nice and dry. The chocolate's nice and dry, so you just want to let that sit overnight and it'll be good by morning. And it's so delicious too.